Do you own any Bitcoin? If you don't, why don't you? And if you do, how long do you plan on keeping it for? Let's talk about some of the basic things about Bitcoin to see if it could be a great investment for us. Now, Bitcoin is the world's first cryptocurrency. It was launched in 2009, so it's a fairly young asset that has grown by a lot over the past decade. It's basically a form of digital asset that exists outside of traditional banks. So why might we be interested in Bitcoin? Well, unlike cash, Bitcoin transactions are secure, transparent, and global. You can send and receive money anywhere in the world. Plus, there's a limited supply of Bitcoin, which makes it an edge against inflation, unlike the US money that the feds keep printing whenever the country's in trouble. Now let's talk about return. Bitcoin has had an explosive growth over the past decade. This is significantly higher than the traditional investments like stocks and bonds. Now, not every year is gonna be the same, and not every year in the future will give you the same amount of return. But can you imagine if you bought a few Bitcoins back in 2010 and they are worth $60,000 right now? Bitcoin sounds great, right? But here's the catch: volatility. The price can swing widely from like 100% in a year to 500% the next year to negative 200% the next year. So if you don't have the guts to handle those price swings, Bitcoin is not for you. So basically, some of the pros are high potential returns, as it's shown in the past. Number two, an edge against inflation. As the demand increases and supply stays the same, the price of Bitcoin should increase over time. Should. I can't see the future. Number three, Bitcoin ETF was approved in many different countries, which is a good thing because now it gives it more exposure to the big institutions. And lastly, it is decentralized, which means that it is not controlled by any bank or government. Now, some of the cons are it is highly volatile, as we talked about before, and also the security risk, because hackers will try everything in their power to take your Bitcoin away from you. Now, I know that some people will never spend a dime in cryptocurrency, but isn't it funny that those people will go and buy lottery tickets with absolutely zero returns? And if you think that Bitcoin is a scam, well, tell me why Fidelity, one of the largest banks out there, has over 150,000 Bitcoin. Not $150,000 worth of Bitcoin, 150,000 Bitcoin. And why does BlackRock, one of the largest asset managers in the world, have over 270,000 Bitcoin? And they keep buying. As of 2024, there are over 70 countries who have accepted Bitcoin, including India, Brazil, China, the Philippines. We even have pension funds in America buying Bitcoins. Pension funds? Alright, this is not financial advice, but if you don't want to be left behind financially, I think we should all get our hands on some Bitcoins, even if it's like $1,000 worth. And listen to this. There are over 50 million millionaires in the world. And with the supply of Bitcoin being only 21 million, not every millionaire will be able to have one Bitcoin. So think of what happens when supply is low and demand stays high. Just like the Stanley Cups a few months back. So is Bitcoin a good investment? Well, it all depends on your risk tolerance and your financial goals. I'm not trying to work when I'm 65 years old, so I don't mind the risk. Anyways, don't just listen to me. I'm just a nurse who's very passionate about financial freedom. So do your own research. Try to figure out if you think that Bitcoin could be a good investment for you. And let me know. I want to know what other people think. Do you think Bitcoin is worth the risk? Because after everything that I've read and heard, I started to believe that it is. Especially because if you think about it, if you just keep cash, you are going to be losing money. So why not preserve it by putting it in something that can fight against inflation? Because let's be honest, the Fed is not going to stop printing money. I'll probably make another video to show you guys how much money we've been printing since the dawn of time. So if you can find a way to put your money in an asset that can fight against inflation, I think that's a good move. Like I said, do your own research and let me know what you think. If you have any questions, leave them down below and let me know. Click the like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.